In this week's parasha, Parashat Emor, towards the end of the parsha, we learned about the lechem hapanim, 12 loaves of bread that were baked each week and placed in the tabernacle on a special table by the Kohanim as an offering to God. They were 12 loaves, 6 in each of 2 rows set up as an offering. Later they were eaten by Aaron and his sons, the Kohanim, and they were seen as an offering to God on behalf of the entire Jewish people. And it made me think about the fact that the challahs in our lives aren't so much an offering to God, but a reminder of what God offered to us and to our ancestors when we were traveling in the wilderness from Egypt to Israel. We have 2 challahs on our table for Shabbat, 2 on Friday night and 2 at Shabbat lunch, and they're a reminder of the manna, the man that fell from heaven. The Jewish people collected 1 portion for each person each day of the week, except for Friday, where they collected 2 portions so that they wouldn't have to collect the manna on Saturday, on Shabbat. So the manna is actually a reminder, the challah is a reminder of what God offers to us, just as the lechem hapanim in some ways is a reminder of what we offer to God. And there is a certain sadness about the loss of the tabernacle and later the temple, really, in Jerusalem, which was supposed to be our connection with God. The rabbis worked very hard to create a variety of different ways that we could replace the temple through prayer, through acts of loving kindness, through Torah study. And one way in particular, which was a direct reminder of the tabernacle and later the temple, was the fact that the rabbis called our table, where we ate our meals, a mizbeach katan, a small altar. A little altar that would be part of our everyday life, sitting right there in our kitchen or our dining room, and it was an opportunity, just as the altar in the temple was an opportunity for us to connect with God, so too when we come to our table and we eat a meal together, we can connect with God. We do so through saying brachot over our food. We do so by saying birkat hamazon at the end of a meal, grace after meals, and we also do so with this challah, which is on our table on Shabbat. It is a reminder that just as our ancestors put out 12 loaves as an offering to God, we have 2 challahs here on our little altar. They're not offerings to God. They are for us to eat, of course, but they are a reminder of that connection that we have with God and a connection with our past, in that this table is transformed into a mizbeach katan. Jewish tradition and Jewish practice in particular is based on the idea that we have opportunities throughout our day and throughout our lives to connect with God. The challah, which sits on our table, is a reminder both of God's generosity while we were wandering in the desert, and also a reminder that we can bring God into our lives, even in the mundane act of sitting down and having a meal. We transform that from mundane to something much more than that, to an opportunity to connect with the people at the table, with God, and with our identity, who we were as a people and who we are today. So I hope that when you have challah this Shabbat at your table, you'll remember the lechem hapanim that was offered in the tabernacle, and connect that with the opportunities that we have to serve God and to appreciate God's presence in our lives. Shabbat Shalom.